Who would have thought that a knockout in a New York octagon would lead to a bizarre car offer from Jake Paul? Yes, you heard that right. Usman Nirmagomedov knocked out Archie Colgan, closing his PFL contract with a bang. But it's what happened next that has everyone talking. Picture this: Nurmagomedov, fresh off his victory, surrounded by the roar of the crowd at UBS Arena. He stands center stage, eyes locked on Jake Paul, the controversial boxing influencer. The request was simple: a bonus for an electrifying performance. Instead, Paul throws a curveball. He offers a car, a stunning, unexpected twist, leaving everyone puzzled and the future hanging in the balance. Let's set the scene. Usman Nirmagomedov, a rising star in MMA, had just delivered a spectacular first-round knockout against Colgan. This wasn't just another fight on the card, it marked the end of his PFL contract, a pivotal moment that could define his future. With his contract now expired, Nurmagomedov was in the perfect position to weigh his options, explore new territories, and command the spotlight. Enter Jake Paul. Known for his dramatic flair and eye for headlines, Paul's offer wasn't just a congratulatory gesture, it was a disruption, a challenge to the norms of post-fight rewards. Paul has a history. He gifted cars to fighters like Ellie Scottney and Cherneka Johnson, adding a new layer to his promotional antics. But Nurmagomedov wasn't biting. His eyes were on the prize: real performance pay, something more tangible than a luxury vehicle. Now, let's dial up the tension. Why does this matter? Because it's more than just a post-fight novelty. It's about what comes next for Nurmagomedov. His PFL contract at an end, is he headed to the UFC? Could a Netflix deal be on the horizon, courtesy of the PFL's merger with MVP MMA? These aren't just idle speculations. They're the potential next steps in a career that's been nothing short of meteoric. And then there was the shadow Jake Paul cast, not just with his car offer, but with his bold claim of easily taking down Justin Gaethje, who was cornering Colgan. This wasn't just a tale of a fighter seeking recognition and reward. It was an entire narrative of possibilities and power plays, with Paul once again at the center of the storm. But back to the main event. Nurmagomedov didn't just let the car talk slide. No, he dug deeper, later pointing out MVP's criticism of Dana White's pay policies. "Now we're going to see how they're going to pay," he remarked, keeping compensation at the forefront of his agenda. It's a calculated move in this chess game of contracts and career paths. The implications are vast. With his PFL contract concluded, Nurmagomedov is in flux, the air thick with speculation. The UFC possibility lingers, tantalizingly out of reach, while streaming giants like Netflix offer new platforms and audiences. Yet nothing is set in stone. The knockout was real, as was the car offer, but everything else remains in a state of anticipation. Now, let's talk significance. This isn't just about one fight or one offer. It's about what's at stake for fighters navigating the complex world of MMA contracts. It's about Jake Paul, weaving his way into the fabric of fight promotions, challenging norms, and creating headlines. It's a saga of business brinkmanship at its finest. So what's your take? Is a car a worthy reward for knocking out an opponent and ending a contract? Or is Nurmagomedov right to hold out for more? And more importantly, where does he go from here? UFC octagons or cinema screens? Share your thoughts in the comments because this story is far from over.